Welcome back to my YouTube channel and thanks for joining me. I am the Modern Dodo, and as always, I'm absolutely thrilled that you've chosen to take some time out of your day to see what I'm talking about each and every week. I am going to include some links this week that are going to be extra important because there's way more information that I could never possibly hope to cover here in a video format. I'm going to include those links on my weekly blog that can be found at themoderndodo.com. Again, that's www.themoderndodo.com. By the time this video comes out, my blog post won't be too far behind. I always push everything out via my social media channels. As always, that's TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. But this week, it's an extra special episode because I am wearing for the first time ever a hoodie down in Tampa, Florida, because I'm going to be covering TikTok, and I'm going to be giving a shout out to my niece Landry. She turned me on to TikTok, I don't know, a year or two ago, and at that point in time she was doing dance videos on TikTok. They are of course wildly popular on the platform, but that's not all that TikTok's about, and I'm going to be taking a little bit more of a deeper dive today. It's interesting because when I was first transitioning from a primarily sales role over to a marketing role for my new job, I spoke to a good friend of mine, Katie Kaufman, who's been a phenomenal marketer for years. That's where her profession has been. She came up through the social media ranks, and at that point in time, she told me, she goes, "Ryan, you've got to stay tuned into what's going on with TikTok. It's an absolute powerhouse." Now, let's call it 5 months later, both Katie and my niece Landry are 100% correct. So I gotta wear the hoodie and I've got to talk about it here on my YouTube channel. So let's jump right in to what makes TikTok so amazing. And as I normally do, I'm going to cover it in a top 3 type format. So let's jump into the number one reason. I don't know, maybe I'm going in reverse order, but whatever. One of the reasons that TikTok is so amazing, and the one that probably gets the most credit, is the TikTok algorithm. I've jumped in and studied it on a couple different occasions, and it truly is fascinating, impressive, amazing once you jump into it and you start to dissect it. So again, I will cover a link on my website, www.themoderndodo.com, that includes a deeper dive into the algorithm. But for the sake of this YouTube video, let's just touch on a few things that the algorithm does. So first and foremost, it tracks your interactions, right? So what does that mean? The videos that you like, the people that you follow, the comments that you post, the hashtags that you use, all of those things are tracked so that TikTok's For You page, as well as the videos that it serves up to you, are extremely relevant. And why is that so important? Because we want things that are relevant to us. If I go to TikTok and it serves up a bunch of things about, let's say, what's happening out in California, in the world of collectible tractors, I'll say. I'm just making something up that would have no interest to me. If that's what it's serving up on my feed, I'm going to be less likely to return to TikTok. But because TikTok ends up serving up things like relevancy to Tampa, which is where I live. It covers the sports world and covers NFTs, which is something I've been looking into a lot recently, as well as marketing, which is my job. Because all of those things continue to populate my feed, I'm more likely to see the value in TikTok and return regularly. It becomes truly important, and it becomes the engine or the driving force behind TikTok's success. It also looks at the videos that I'm watching in terms of what's in their captions. I've talked about it before. The sounds or the music choice, it's going to serve up based upon music that I'm listening to in the TikTok app, and basically step and repeat based on which songs I'm listening to, which is pretty fascinating, as well as the hashtags that are in the videos that I'm watching. And then finally, it also looks at something unique like, and I shouldn't say finally because there's more to it, but it also looks at unique things like which videos do I watch all the way through versus which ones do I watch just a portion of. And it's going to look for patterns in those videos that I watch all the way through and serve those up. The other thing that's worth noting is that it does weight those things. So for instance, videos that I watch all the way through and hashtags that I use regularly are receiving a heavier weight in my personalized algorithm than something like, am I from the same country as the creator of a video that they may want to serve up to me. So really fascinating and really well done, TikTok. The reason that I bring this up and the reason that TikTok was actually put on my radar as a topic of conversation this week is because TikTok has just recently announced that now the maximum length of videos has gone from 1 minute to 3 minutes. And that's big, because now they're competing in the same sandbox, or they're moving into YouTube's turf a little bit. I'm going to talk about some of the numbers here shortly as to why that would be. But now that they're going from 1 minute to 3 minutes, the algorithm becomes even more critical, because not only does it have to adjust to basically serve up videos that are going to be 3 minutes versus 1 minute because TikTok wants longer viewership, but it becomes even more critical that those videos are extremely relevant, so it's not serving up long videos that also don't have relevancy. A very slippery slope for TikTok to navigate moving forward, and they're of course going to lean on their algorithm as they do that. Now, if you want to help the process, one of the things that is not well known, I don't think at least, I learned it as I was doing my research for this video, is that you can help TikTok curate videos that are relevant for you by filtering out those that aren't relevant. So a simple long press on a TikTok video that you're not enjoying will allow you to flag it as something not for me. And then you can go ahead and start filtering things that relate to that video out of your content feed. So help yourself, help TikTok out, start using that long press button, and it'll allow you to maximize your TikTok algorithm. Now, as I jump into topic number 2 as to why TikTok is an amazing social media platform, it's all about the content. It's always about content in social media, and TikTok knows that more than anyone. I shouldn't say more than anyone, but they put their money where their mouth is, because they foster something called a Content Creators Fund. And what does the Content Creators Fund do? It financially incentivizes people for creating great content on TikTok. It basically is the gas that makes the TikTok app go, is the great content. So they're financially incentivizing content creators to spend time creating content on TikTok versus other social media apps. So how much does that really play a factor? What does it really mean? I say they're putting their money where their mouth is. Are they really? Absolutely. Let's jump into the numbers here. TikTok loaded up the Content Creators Fund with a pledge of $231 million over 3 years. Doing the math on something, that means that they are essentially paying their content creators to the tune of $210,000 per day. These are absolutely massive numbers that are out there to be to incentivize content creators to keep fueling the TikTok app. So if you want a piece of that 210 per day, $31 million that's available for content creators. What does it take? What do you have to do? Good news, if you're based in the US, UK, France, Germany, Spain, or Italy, those are the countries where it's available. So you've got to be located in one of those 3 countries. You have to be at least 18 years of age. You have to have over 100,000 followers. So sorry, I'm out. I don't get paid as a content creator. You have to have at least over 100,000 video views in the last 30 days. So you have to constantly be keeping it up and be producing content. And then finally, you have to be producing content that fits the TikTok community guidelines. So really, other than the fact that being somebody that has followers and is getting views, there's not a lot of guidelines as to what you can create, sort of the world is your oyster type of thing on TikTok. And a lot of people are making big money in the content creators game. And that's another reason why TikTok is so successful. So as I move on to topic number 3, I'm going to get a little bit more granular with the numbers because one, I want to prove that TikTok is actually successful. And then I'm going to share one of the reasons why. So as we get started, let's start with the reason why TikTok is so successful and it's an absolute juggernaut, other than the things I already covered, such as the algorithm, the content creators funds, things of that nature. So first and foremost, I think it's worth noting, and a lot of people don't realize this, so maybe this is my, I help teach something new on a Sunday, but TikTok is actually owned by a company called ByteDance. And why is that important? Is because ByteDance actually produced an app. It is the exact same as TikTok, same sort of content, packaging, all of that stuff. But it's called, and I'm going to probably butcher this, Douyin, Douyin. And Douyin was the original TikTok that was first released in China. And why is that important? Is because the Chinese government requires censorship. And Facebook, YouTube, Snapchat, Twitter, they don't allow or participate in the Chinese government censorship rules. So those apps are actually banned in China. Douyin, on the other hand, does allow for censorship. So therefore, Douyin is being used in China and TikTok is being used in the rest of the world. Now, China being a hugely populous country, that gives TikTok an absolutely phenomenally huge advantage when we look at their metrics and their numbers. So how huge is that advantage? It's worth noting that, just throwing some quick metrics at you, TikTok has over 2 billion worldwide downloads of the app. Absolutely phenomenal metrics. They have over 689 million active users. 689 million active users. And here's the one that's going to blow your mind. If you're thinking, hey, does that algorithm actually work? Does paying the content creators actually work? 52 minutes is the number to take away. 52 minutes per day is the average amount of time that TikTok's active users spend on the app. So when you look at a 24-hour day, I think they say that, we're awake for about 2/3 of that. So let's call it 16th. TikTok's active users are spending 1/16 of each and every day on the TikTok app. It's mind-blowing to think about, and it puts some proof in the pudding, if you will, that TikTok is absolutely a social media juggernaut. So I am going to include some links to all 3 topics, a deeper dive into the algorithm, a link to TikTok's rules and regulations for how the Content Creators Fund works, as well as a couple of links to some articles that I found online that highlight the absolutely outrageous metrics that TikTok is achieving. I am going to include all those links for you to digest, peruse at your leisure on my website, on my weekly blog. That is www.themoderndodo.com. I'll also, of course, push it out via my social media channels, one of which being TikTok. So until I see you again next week, I will just say, Landry, you were right about TikTok. Thanks for pointing me in the right direction. Everybody have a fantastic week ahead, and most importantly, go Bolts!